Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on the purchase of your JAYFLIGHT SLX 264BH travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration. Of course, on your campsite, your awning. Then on your off campsite, I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to be just above your tires on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And your water is going to be right above the tires as well. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you're going to do is unhook your hitch. If your hitch is undone, you're going to level your unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack. Simply go up or down. Docking light should you arrive at night. And a manual override right there underneath that plug for this hand crank. Should you lose power, you can get this off your truck or up and down level. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose coming down the road. Once we've got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of your unit, you have stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank comes with the unit. You can use a drill gun or impact driver. Just slow down when you get to the bottom. Because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. We're only going to use these to stabilize the unit. We're only going to bring these down just until they're taut. So once you have any resistance, like so, on your hand crank, and you start to feel like the unit's going to lift, stop. I recommend jack pads. Stabilizing jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight, keep them from sinking into the ground. So you got 10% off coupon. Go ahead and grab a 4-pack of those, put them down underneath all these, and stable your unit. Once you got all 4 of them down, your unit's level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Now on this JAYFLIGHT, the 30 amp cord conveniently stores right inside. When you're done, you just push it all right back in. At the end of that 30 amp cord, should you need to plug in at home, is a 30 to 110 adapter. Comes with your convenience pack. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Now campsites will hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Use this when hooking up your water. Hook that up, hook your hose up, but don't turn the hose on yet. Let's come around to your campsite, to your hot water heater. Oh, it's all the way at the rear on your campsite. All we're going to do at this point is make sure our drain plug's back in. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. If your hose been on for a little while, step inside and open up your water taps. Once your water taps no longer have air coming out of them, you got a nice steady flow of water, shut them off. You can turn your hot water heater on indoors. Let's say you're going to go camping and you're not going to use city water. You're going to go boondocking. In that case, you fill up your fresh water tank. Yours is located up here by your flue for your furnace. Potable water, simply fill this with a hose. No need for a water pressure regulator. 2 ways to tell when it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, if you're on the inside, you check your battery button. Next to that will be a fresh water tank button. You can hold down and tell when this is full. Just remember, when using that potable water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hook up to city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we got power and water. You're set up to camp. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting on your off-camp side. Have your big pass-through storage here. Stabilizing jacks. Again, a flue for your furnace. Two things on that. It does get hot when you're running it. And two, make sure nothing's blocking it. There's your fresh water. There's your low point drain. There's your city water. Again, your power. You have an outdoor shower. A black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our black and gray tanks. And there's your low point drain for your city water. Here's where you hook up cable at the campsite. Spare tire areas does have a cover. Keeps that from dry rotting. You have a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year. Fully walkable roof. Go up there. Check your seams. Caulk as needed. Maintaining the lifetime of your trailer by maintaining your roof. Stereo and backup camera prepped. It's a backup camera you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Your awning has a pitch point. If your picnic table's down there and it's raining, you want the rain to come this way, simply pitch that down and it'll send it this way. Again, your hot water heater. I believe this is a great big storage area. It is. Cable and 110 out here if you want to hook up a TV. Here's a bracket for it. Your LED lights on your awning. Again, a pitch adjust on this end. And your pass-through storage on this side with all of your hitch work. Hitch works began. Again, your batteries. The propane does have a cover. Comes with a regulator. Simply lefty-loosey. Point it toward the tank you wish to be using. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. So the first thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Immediately to ahead of that, on the back of your dinette, is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12-volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are boondocking, nothing plugged in charging your battery, if you're leaving for the day, disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Continuing inside the unit, here's your awning light and your interior lights. Here's your awning in and out. I'm going to run that the rest of the way out. You want to run it until that white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that brown bar. As far as you want to go, it will extend further, so keep an eye on it. And we'll run that back in for you. Your speakers are in the end of your awning, pointing down toward your campsite, which is better than pointing down at everyone else's, or out at everyone else's. As the awning comes in, we finish our tour inside. Let's come inside the unit. Over here on the wall, you're prepped for a TV as well. There's a backer bracket in here. Here's cable and accessory hookups for that. If you do hook up a TV here, when you plug your cable in, make sure this green button's on before running your digital channel scan. That's a digital channel enhancer to allow you to pick up more channels. Our Furion sound system. See if we can get something to come in out here. So your volume, you twist it to the right. Dual zone. So we are 3 zones actually. Indoors, shut off indoors, outdoors, or all 3.
Patience, we can now bring you.
Oops. My arm just hit the thermostat, which I was getting ready to turn to. Let me get to your air. See your air conditioner on right now. There it goes. I had just a fan on. So now I'm going to shut this off. You notice that the AC will shut off kind of quickly. And did with the main fan still running. Everything should shut off now. Now I will turn on your heat, which I really don't want to do, but it's really warm in here. Get your heat kicked on. I'm going to shut your heat off. You'll notice that the heat fan takes a little bit longer to shut off. Up in here you have one-touch lighting, USB ports, a handle to get up there. Underneath your bed here is access to your outdoor storage. Kitchen area has one-touch lighting as well, or excuse me, your wash-up area. In your bathroom, light control here, hand crank open, power exhaust here, shower curtain, 110 here. Talk about your Nordic cold fridge. Turn that on. So whatever is white is what you're controlling. So right now you're controlling the freezer. We'd like to keep that at 5. The fridge at 3 if you wanted to make it colder or not. And then lastly, a night mode. That night mode tells the fridge, hey, I'm not going to be using you as much. Please save me some power. And it does so. Underneath your fridge is an access panel to your breaker box enthusiast. Self-explanatory microwave with a light and fan for your cooktop. Your glass top makes an excellent backsplash. You have a panel light. When you turn the light, it goes from blue to red. Hit your spark, and when your gas is on, we'll get a flame up here. Same thing in the oven, just turn it to light, and then hit your spark here, and then set it to the desired temperature. No pilot light anymore. And if you click the panel light down, it gives you an oven light. More one-touch lighting here. Over on the wall is a little control panel. Here you see your brand new battery. Fresh tank, that's where you can hold it down until when your potable water is full. And black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to gas, water heater if hooked up to electric. Come back into the bedroom. On the way in the hallway is your smoke alarm. A lot of one-touch lighting in here as well. On the wall is this television bracket. You're all prepped for a TV back here. This same television bracket, simply lift that forward and this will snap on the bracket outside that's identical to that. So you put a little TV in here and that can be the one that you take outside when you need it. This is where it's prepped for solar. That's a template for the techs. So leave that on there in case anybody decides to get this completely wired for solar. Accent light up top here. 110's next to the bed and storage accessible from outdoors. Think about covering everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. So, a couple doors to think about. Your bedroom door, make sure this is snapped closed for travel. And then your bathroom door as well. Make sure you shut off your bathroom lights and close your door. This is an individual light as well. Normally what I would do is come over here and shut off my interior lights. Then I could see any individual lights I left on, like the one over the cooktop. All my lights are off. Awning is in. Let's exit the unit. So for these steps here, you want to make sure your exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise, this will catch on them. Simply lift these up, set them in. To show you these legs are adjustable, simply press in on this and these will go up and down. Better with 2 hands, but see how it goes back down. Let's bring that back down even. So once that's in there, pull back on that and lock your steps in there. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle. Door secure for travel. At this time, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, and our cable. Once your water's unhooked, we can come to our low point drains. If we are out boondocking, get up underneath there and dump that one. And if we're hooked up at a campsite, we'll dump these. Then we will return back around to your hot water heater after some water is dumped out. Gonna lift up on this pressure release valve. That's gonna dump the rest of your hot water out of there. Make sure you push that back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then pull your drain plug. That'll drain the remainder of it. Go hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. At dump station, park accordingly. Your dumper is going to be all the way to the rear, behind your rear tires, on the driver's side of your tow vehicle. In your convenience pack, Mr. Wind Blue under here, is your sewage hose. Take that, hook it up, 10-foot hose. First thing you pull is black holding tank. And that's going to be your sewage. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, keep that handle open. Again, with your water pressure regulator, hook up to your tank flush. Use the hose at the dump station, along with your water pressure regulator, and turn that on for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Then you can unhook that hose, close that black handle, pull your gray handle. Now your gray handle is going to be cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Then you can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.